Right, morning folks, welcome to another morning. So I've just got up, just got out of my box, very cosy and comfy again. Last night it was very wet, lots of rain, and because I'm under trees, I kept getting droplets from the trees. It was quite interesting, but I slept okay. So I'm just making myself a cup of tea. I'm going to have a bit of breakfast, then we're going to head off. So it's a very, it's quite overcast at the moment, but I've checked the weather when I have got signal. It keeps coming and going intermittently, very bizarre. And the cloud should break in a couple of hours, so I'm really looking forward to that. I can already see a little bit of lighter sky over there, so that's really cool. Yesterday was very wet, as we know, and I'm having issues with my mic now this morning, so my receiver's obviously got a bit wet and doesn't like what's going on with it. So so I'm just using handheld at the moment, so hopefully this works. If not, the sound is going to be terrible from the rest of this video onwards. Okay, yeah. Wow, what a view. What a view. So literally just out of the car park, and I could see down this valley, the crisscrossing mountains. There is sun just poking through every so often as that cloud breaks. But look at that cloud moving across and streaming off that mountain. That's fantastic. So I'm going to do a shot here. Shooting with an 6-stop ND filter, just to soften that water. We haven't got a lot of water in there. I'm using the water at the base of the image just to give a little bit of routing, and then this right hand mountain coming in, left hand, and then that beautiful hill in in the middle at the back. So the cloud has just got a bit heavier over there. There's a bit of sunlight, so I'm just going to hang here a little minute. I might walk up the beach a little bit. Now I'm here to see if I can get a slightly different view, see if it improves anyway. Really like what's happening over to the left. So yeah, I'm quite excited by this. This is good. This is good. So I hope you like those two images, and as you can see here, after I've taken them, I'm just seeing what the weather does, and as you see, it just comes over. So yeah, I got absolutely drenched, and from that drenching, all my audio equipment on location gave up the ghost. So there's no more, fortunately there's no more audio from location, so there's just me talking here in the office. So after I'd done those shots there, and the rain had passed on, I then moved around to the right hand bank and had a walk up there, which is where I was the night before, and I'd stopped at this little spot here, which you can see me at, looking at these rocks as the foreground in the water, and then shooting across the lake to the distant hills where the sun was hitting it, and we've got this really heavy cloud cover. Now again, the weather was horrible, and we were getting these big gusts of winds, as you can see, and it just blew the camera over. So I thought I'd leave that in there for you as a bit of amusement. So once I picked that up, I then carried on to get these two shots. So I'm going to show you the shots in a minute. And there's two that I've processed and I'm going to put up, and I'm not sure which one I like. They're basically the same composition, but one is a longer exposure and one is slightly slower. So the slightly slower one has got more texture in the water, more detail in the clouds, or more definition in the clouds, whereas the longer exposure, as you'd imagine, is slightly more milkier water and much more movement in the clouds. Now I like both of them, but I'm not sure which one is my favourite. So please, I'd love you to put a comment down below and let me know what your favourite is and what you think we should do with them. So once I'd finished these two shots, I then carried on up the path a little bit, and the weather was just horrendous, which you will see in a moment. So it really was a wet day. I got absolutely drenched. It was a lot of fun, but it was hard work. So I'm now going to ask you to do me a favour. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up, and do me and the channel a massive favour and hit that subscribe button. That would be amazing. Thank you very much. So I'm gonna jump in the video now, which is not something I've done before, but I'm gonna jump into the next morning. So this was Tuesday. I'm gonna jump to Wednesday morning. I was at the same location on Wednesday morning to reshoot those first shots from the morning. So let's go. So the morning was completely different to the day before. There was a lot more sun in the sky, but only behind me and not in front of me, where those mountains were crisscrossing down the lake, which was really frustrating. It was like the sublime to the ridiculous. So I've actually moved to the left a little bit of where I was on the Tuesday morning, just to get a slightly different perspective. And you can see here I've just put on another ND filter just to slow it down, just to give me a slightly longer exposure. And I'm just on the back of the screen, I really enjoy the colour that's being picked up by the sensor, and I just love the crisscrossing of the mountains in the background, all those 4 or 5 peaks all just crisscrossing over each other, and that depth and the layering that it provides. So that's kind of what I was trying to shoot in there. And the way the clouds are moving, they're moving quite quickly, and I was just pointing out those little bright spots at the top. So I'm just waiting for those bright spots to disappear out the frame, to then allow me to get a slightly better composition. As we know, bright spots as the same as dark spots, but bright spots attract the eye, so if you've got them at the edge of the frame, they tend to pull you out. So I was trying to capture the image without those bright spots in. So in a minute you'll see me processing 2 images. One is a black and white, and one is a colour, to try and get those colours out that I was seeing. And you'll see in the second one that I've done a little bit of cloning on a bright spot at the very top of the image, just to stop it being distracting. So yeah, so that was my morning. I quite enjoyed that. It was really peaceful. I was there sort of about 6:30 in the morning, so it was just really nice. No one else around, and it was the first bit of sunshine I'd seen in 3 days. Okay, here's my processing. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you like the images that were in there. Please let me know if you did or you didn't. Next week we're looking at waterfalls, and I shoot on 2 separate occasions the same waterfall to get the best image. I'll see you next week.